Hi, my name's Christine and I am the author of Zero Waste Gift Wrap. It's a book that is full of sustainable gift wrapping ideas, which is perfect for Christmas. It uses old fabric, vintage scarves, items of clothing from your wardrobe or charity shop, so it's a really good way of getting crafting this Christmas and also solves your wrapping problems. So today I'm going to show you how to make these little letters that make really lovely present toppers. They are made from fabric, a little bit of wire and a little secret, which I'm going to show you now. So what you need is wire, thin wire, quite bendable. This is, I don't know, from my dad's garage, so who knows, but you can get loads of jewellery wire or crafting wire that works fine. Scissors, fabric glue, some scraps of fabric. This is an old shirt that I cut up and have made into this top, so that's useful. I've got a second pair of scissors, or these are really old scissors, to cut the wire, but obviously ideally jewellery snips, tin snips would be perfect. And then this is the basis of the letters, and you need the cable from gift bags. Now gift bags are great obviously because you can reuse them and the cardboard can usually be recycled unless it's got glitter on. But if your gift bag's ripped, then you can still recycle the bag, but keep the little cable because it's really useful for this project. And if your bag isn't ripped, then steal the cable and then you can just replace it with a little scrap of fabric or ribbon that you have. So it can all be used, always be used again. So I have removed the cable from the bag, and then I'm just undoing the knot, she says. And then I'm going to use my wire and I'm going to wrap it around, look, two bits. I'm going to wrap it around my length of yarn. So I've just secured it to begin with. Just securing it now, and then I'm going to slowly wrap it around the This might take a little while, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite simple. Might be easier if you cut a length of wire off first, but I'm getting there, so we're okay. So all the instructions for this are in my book. There's a section on present toppers with lots of different ideas, a section on making gift packages and gift boxes and different types of packaging out of your clothing. And then also at the front there's a whole section on flourish, which is the Japanese art of using fabric to tie knots and wrap your gifts. So it's super useful. I've just got to the end. And if you've used quite a stiff wire, as I have here, then you only need to wrap down one piece. If your wire's a little bit more flimsy, then you can wrap back the other way. So I'm just going to use my scissors to cut that wire. They're old scissors. They're not my fabric scissors. So now you can see that how using the wire makes this more malleable and it will stay in place. And then you need to cover it in little strips of fabric. So even though this is in two pieces and not very long, you can just keep joining them together so it's fine. I'm going to cut maybe sort of 2 centimetre wide strips, and then I'm just going to rip it because I like that ripped effect. I'm going to repeat that a couple of times. And I'm going to cut them away. So I've got my strips. I'm going to start with those 3 strips. Just going to get rid of any extra little stray bits of fabric. My 3 strips, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of fabric glue, or you can use a glue gun, to start. I should have a little bit of paper. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on a little bit of paper. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. Fabric glue you sometimes need to leave to dry a little bit before you kind of gets full adhesion, or glue gun works fine, possibly better. No, this is good. So I'm just going to wrap my fabric around the end, kind of disguise the end of the wire. A little bit of glue on there. This little bit's a little bit fiddly, but after that it's easy. And then I'm just going to start winding my fabric around the wire. I thought it was nice using the same fabric as my shirt, but maybe it's not very clear. Anyway, a little bit. So when you get to the end of one bit of fabric, just add a little glue and glue it in place. And then start again with the next bit. Keep winding in the same direction so it doesn't get weird. Little glue, little glue. Ooh, just enough. Ideally you'd have a little bit more at the end, but we'll be okay. So you're just going to finish off by adding a bit more glue at the end and wrapping it round the fabric, round the wire. The next thing you want to do is decide what letter that you want to make. I've designed a typeface and it's in the back of the book, so you can kind of refer to that if you need to work out your letters, or you can just kind of doodle what letter you want. So you have to remember that you're making your letter out of one whole length. So you can see the B and the A and the C are all just one piece. On the B I've glued the beginning and the end together, so that kind of went like that. and then the A kind of goes like this. Or there's an easy thing to do, is just make a heart. That's quite simple. So you can see this heart is just sort of like that. And what's great about this is that you can make a letter. If you can't work it out, that doesn't matter. Just try again. So I'm going to try and create a A. So I'm going to start by just bending my shape, to create my A shape, and now I need to go and make the cross. That's rough, that's basically an A, but I'm just going to wrap this around the back like so. So there's loads of different ways you could do it. You could just play basically. So I'm going to wrap it round and then tuck it through to kind of secure it a bit better. And then there is my A. So that's it really. And then what you need to do is whatever sort of gift wrap you've got. So even if you've just used brown paper or last year's wrapping, then this little personalised letter is kind of a great way to just add a little extra touch. So I'm just going to pop mine on here. I could stitch it on, or this is brilliant. So this is made from old tights. So I've just cut up a pair of tights, and now I have this really useful elasticated cord that makes a good replacement for sellotape. And then I'm just going to use it to attach my letter around the top of the bag. Like so. So thank you for joining me, and I hope that was useful, and I hope you make some little letters for your gift wrapping this year. If you want more ideas, you can follow me on my Instagram, so yeah, SEWYEAH, or purchase a copy of my book. That would be very kind of you. And thank you, and Merry Christmas. Is it a bit soon for that? Thank you, and Happy November.